and 15, 20 minutes late myself.
We were both late.
Yeah.
That is for you from Rachel.
It's your fairy crown for the days that we play Monday night.
So it has you.
Faye.
Very cool.
Plus it has a purple one.
Here's mine.
I mind if I keep it here so I don't forget to bring it?
Mm-mm.
No, it's fine. Just hang it with your other one.
Here's mine.
Just hang it with your other one.
Sounds good. She's such a sweetheart. Miss seeing her.
Yeah, she still looks pretty ragged, but they'll be back.
Wow, and this looks like it'll be really comfortable too. Got the soft thing. Did she make it herself?
Mm-hmm.
She's so clever and crafty. I think I need some fireballs in here though.
Some
They
glitter
give me some
bombs.
Potions of glitter.
Yay.
Glitter bombs, baby. Glitter bombs.
Right.
You didn't mind the Chipotle?
No. I don't know why you're so concerned.
Spicy.
I didn't know what you had in mind for food.
I mean, the food is food, especially on a Monday. You know, I'm not picky.
Mm-hmm.
It's our busiest day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Tara Rouleau. That was the little girl's name that you guys currently have with you as well.
Tara, yeah.
We totally saved Trin, by the way. And, you know, she's going to be super grateful and totally spare us when she becomes BBEG.
I don't know about that.
Super spare us. We'll become her minions. We'll help her take over the world. Why fight it? Just join it.
Hurry back. Hurry back.
I decided that Delaria has 3 older brothers just now. Weird.
For her massage, said, "I'm not coming in, but I want to pay for the massage."
That was nice of her.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart. So she paid for the massage and was like, "I'll see you next week." So hopefully she'll be better next week.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, hey, everybody, we're back. Monday nights. The B team.
We
As
are.
They have finally arrived in Havenstead.
I have a question for you.
And we leveled up last session, too.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I have a question for you. I've been saying this over and over again that Evelyn.
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 Was raised in the Church of the Raven Queen.
Yes.
One of the reasons she's so crazy pious. She was orphaned, or not orphaned, but
But
you
what
know,
makes her crazy pious?
she was abandoned there, and she was raised by the church. Anyways,
And they've made her
Turn
crazy.
that other microphone towards you, too.
oh, right.
Jesus
What
Christ.
the heck?
You know, electronic equipment should be gently picked up.
I didn't.
She picked it up like a 9mm.
I don't even know where the tip of it went.
Just the tip.
The foam covering.
Yeah, it's like
Well, it's on the ground. It can't not go somewhere there, Carolyn. I don't know where physical mass in the physical world went to, but
It was in the last place she looked.
yeah, on the
I have you
ground.
know that more than once that has happened to me. I have dropped a thing and it's literally gone into another dimension because it's just not where it was.
No,
it's gone forever.
That sounds like a brain glitch.
It has literally happened to me. Anyways, I was saying, Evelyn was raised in the church, and I'm like, where is this church? Where do you think the church was? That, like, the temple of the Raven Queen.
Well, I mean, there could be more than one.
I know, but where do you think she would have been origined?
I mean, there's major cities.
Mm-hmm.
Come from Jusar.
I'll put that in.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the D or J? Drusar.
J.
Okay.
J-R-U-S-A-R. Drusar.
That's a fun looking word. Anyways, thank you.
I would have
I-
spelled it with a D.
Huh?
I said I would have spelled it with a D.
It sounds like it's like
Spell with a J.
it sounds like it'd be a J or a D. Like Drusar. It's like
Drusar.
Drusar. You know.
Drusar.
Anyways, I just wanted to have a point of origin. So if she ever ends up back in that town,
Did we
she
finish
knows-
leveling up? Are we all level 2?
Yeah, I believe
Roll for
so.
hit points.
Believe so.
Yeah, we
Got
all
your-
we did all that before.
We did
We're
that
just
last
doing-
week, right?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Not, I mean,
Or the week before?
I did.
on,
On
on the 6th.
Yeah.
It was the 4th. Wasn't it? Yeah, last time.
I have the 6th.
the 4th.
Monday is the 6th.
Why do I have January 4th written on here?
I
Then?
don't know. January 4th was a Saturday.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll fix that.
Because we didn't. No, we met on the 13th.
Mm-mm.
What did we do on the 13th then?
Yeah, first her dad was here, and then you were hurt.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So
'Cause the 20th, my
13th,
back
dad
was-
was here.
was
The
hurting on
20th,
20th.
your back hurt.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Way to keep track, baby. Well, where we last left off, the team, after spending the evening in the ruins of the Stratos Fortress, were subsequently attacked in the middle of the night by animated undead soldiers of the Stratos. After defeating them, they found the origin of the source of where they came from, an old well, an old water well building, where you found a abandoned well chamber that led you down into the underground river, and you found the remnants of Trin Gilwalker's campsite. There, you recovered some of her maps and journals. You followed her tracks down deeper into the underground river system, and you found the access tunnel into a chamber that was being used at the entrance of a tomb to bring these these dead forms back into life via animate dead, and then they were being cast out onto the surface. After being chased by the guards, you inadvertently brought down the tunnel chamber, causing it.
Inadvertently?
Well, I think you just meant to block it, but then you end
Yeah.
up collapsing the whole thing.
Yeah.
So after attempting to block the tunnel, you actually brought the entire thing down upon itself.
We were
Oops.
very good at our job.
Fleeing to the well room, making it back up to the surface, pushing through and getting out of the Gilded Forest and out to the other side. I don't think you guys took a long rest yet till you got to Havenstead, right?
We did. We were sleeping there,
Because you pushed through.
and that's why we got labeled up. We slept there.
Yep. Well, you don't have to take a long rest to level up anymore.
But that's what we did.
We just happened to work that day. You guys made it to Havenstead, found your way to what's his name? It was right there.
Gale.
The
The owner of the
Hildreth Gale.
Hildreth Gale.
Hildreth Gale.
Tavern barkeeper and the Havenstead
the tavern owner of the Havenstead Tavern, and settled in for the night for your long rest. It is now the following morning, day 1 since your arrival into Havenstead.
We had Trin and Tara with us.
You have both Trin and Tara with you as well.
When we wake up, are they still there?
I mean, you get the feeling that your aunt would have probably warned you if anything was going on, because you guys got one big common room together, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
But-
everybody, like you kind of smell the kitchen, and you can kind of, the daylight comes through the windows, wakes you guys up.
Did I
and
open the window and have the ant crawl in the window?
Sure. I don't
She
see why
opens the
not.
window. What a glorious morning!
No, because the tavern keeper kicked the ant out.
Yeah. So we're gonna have
So,
that here.
I would
We
have.
got to have that here. We don't feed that kind,
Wow.
and we prefer that kind not to eat my kind. So good. But it'd be easy enough to sneak him in the middle of the night for sure.
Mhm. Okay. So we wake up.
The day is yours. What do you guys want to do?
We have to get rid of treasure. I mean, all these boxes. We got to offload the boxes of stuff.
I shall take care of the child then.
Does that mean you're going to kill her?
I don't really want to show my face here yet, so I can stay with
That's
Tara.
Trin.
Yes, Trin. You remember? Oh, you remember me. Thank you.
What character I was asking? That's Trin.
Oh,
Right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. I'm Trin, and you are
Cora?
Cora, and you are
Tenshi?
I am Evelyn.
Evelyn, and you are
Cora.
no, that's
No, I'm Cora.
No. Delaria. I'm Delaria. Sorry, it was the last word. I will get this.
I'm
Delaria.
like, wait a minute. No, I'm Cora.
I'm Delaria.
Deladin,
Delaria.
Tenshi, Cora, Evelyn. Okay, good. Anyways, I will gladly stay here, keep an eye on the child while you guys go about your business in Havenstead. The village is rather simple, not much in complexity to sell and buy things, but if you go up to the keep, they may have more to provide. But keep in mind, I have been tracking people that might be doing nefarious things up there. So if you're up there and you run across the gentleman that goes by the name Brother Golem, he's the priest that runs a small temple up there. Make inquiries. Pretty sure he's the one that is the main threat. Don't know who he's working with yet, but I suspect him.
Who should we ask, make inquiries with?
I don't know.
This sounds like a lot of trouble.
And I don't know if you have the ability to seek out Valen, the Castilian who's supposed to be in charge of this place, but
What historically, what side of the war would Valen have been on?
The side that makes him the most money.
yeah, I mean, his family is more about the aftermath of the Apex Wars and the ruin of the Ashenador and the Panagrip. It's going to take a long time for these regions to recover. His family was tasked to kind of help keep the peace here. He doesn't have a particular side. He's getting paid pretty healthily by the different regions of Marquet that want him to maintain the peace. They don't want to see the Apex Wars start up again. So as part of the peace agreement, there's certain rules that people have to follow in this region now. And he's meant to enforce it. He gets paid to enforce those rules.
How would he feel about ex-soldiers of any side of the army?
I mean, I don't think well, give me an insight check. Or insight or history check on that one.
10? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're not really sure.
Okay.
I mean, he probably would find them to be incredibly useful to have to bolster his own ranks. He'd also potentially be suspicious of them, wondering why they're here. If they don't work for him, then why are you here? That kind of vibe. But other than that, you're not entirely sure.
Well, I don't know how he would feel about my preoccupation, so I don't exactly have any connections to him.
What are you preoccupied by?
Yeah.
Why would he be worried about something that you're preoccupied by?
You know, you never know about people. Like people that you hang out with all the time. Just,
I mean, I haven't noticed you being preoccupied by something.
oh, I'm preoccupied right now. I can't pop my knuckles. They're too flexible. My knuckles are too flexible, so it's really hard to pop them. So it's just like nothing pops. So I can't do the cool intonation thing.
And when you do that to your ankle, she reaches out and just pulls her
But
foot.
it feels so.
I have to do that to my left ankle because I sprained it a while back, and so now it pops. And it gets really tight, and I have to roll it until it pops. Anyways,
So good when it does. So good.
Fucking weirdos.
So good. Okay, so we need to go not actually find Brother Gorham. We need to spy on Brother Gorham.
Yes, just
well, as a lady of the temple, I could probably go in quite incognito. I could be very sneaky.
I don't know if that. I mean, we could try. But we do have to offload.
We have a temple for the late Raven Queen here. I might have to convince them.
Or we could not focus on that and just focus on offloading some of the stuff that we've picked up and finding out if this Brother Gorham is shady.
I mean, I have enough evidence that I was beginning to collect. But I followed them. The trail led me out to the ruins of the Stratos fortress. I found the well, went down underneath the well, hoping to find more information that would link Brother Gorham to whatever's going on. And then I was captured by those people, which I'm not even really sure why they were there. There's an old tomb down there that they were interacting with.
Yeah, they were
And they were-
excavating
Yeah,
people and
well, no, they were collecting the corpses, I think, from above.
Any chance that the thread is gone with the cave-in?
I don't know. I wouldn't know. I mean,
That would look pretty nasty. Not many people could survive that. Maybe you
Well,
swept the whole problem under the rug there.
I don't know. I mean, the tunnel collapsed, but they were quite a few of them further down and beyond in that cavern with the tomb. There could have been other accesses or easements to. I'm not sure, but I'm convinced that Brother Gorham and that place are connected somehow. I just haven't been able to piece.
Is there any
It
way we
together.
could probably get a map of the potential underground tunnels?
Yes, while you guys are gone today doing whatever you need to get done, I will write out and copy as many maps as I can create for you. Maps of the bastion, the general region that we're in, and some areas that, especially, I've been working on a map system for the Caves of Chaos, the valley.
We just came
furthest-
from there. Now you might have remembered.
What were you doing there?
We had a task.
Well, that's where you found Tara.
Yeah, yeah.
And this Father Bernard
Mhm.
tasked you with something, recovering the
Oh,
caravan,
finding a caravan.
items.
Finding a caravan. We found the caravan.
There's something else we were looking for.
Something special in the caravan?
Yeah.
Didn't find anything special in the caravan.
Yeah.
Interesting. You trust this Father Bernard? That's a nefarious person as
It's
far
a
as
job.
you. Okay. Well, I'll keep an eye on Tara. You might want to leave your aunt here too to give us a little extra protection.
I don't think we can carry all these boxes without.
Oh, yeah,
Adam.
that's true. That's true.
Although I suppose we could rent a wagon. It might look less odd if we go into the bastion in a wagon rather than on an ant.
Well,
We don't want to attract too much attention.
I could stay with them while you guys
Offload
that
the
evil?
things.
Saying that? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm dying for that moment when Evelyn and Delaria have to talk to each other.
I do. I've done that more than once.
I know.
Delaria's definitely hit Evelyn upside the head more than once.
This is true.
Okay.
I could keep them safe, but through the grace of the lady.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm not a fan of splitting the party.
Well, we'd be splitting anyways. Would hate for them to be captured.
Or tortured, or harmed, or maimed while we're gone.
I don't.
Why would all those things
I
happen?
don't think. Yeah.
If you're not careful, you're on the run, aren't you?
Not particularly. I just
She just
feel a
like-
little unsafe right now. I wasn't technically on the.
Well, then perhaps
You're
safe
making her
and
feel
fine.
less safe.
Well, no, now I don't
Even
feel
more
safe
safe.
at all.
But I should stay and help protect you.
Shh. Okay, if you think that's to the benefit of. God, she's only blinked once in the 5 minutes she's been speaking to me. What am I? It's just.
Her eyes take on a slight glow.
Yeah.
What if we just disguise the two of you and you come with?
I don't know.
I'd hate for you guys to get ambushed in the room.
Well, I don't think we're going to. I mean, no one knows that we're here. I just feel if I'm out and about, it just puts me at risk until I can figure out, till we can figure out what's going on. I mean, don't you find it a little curious that maybe your contact Bernard's caravan might be connected to a lot of the stuff that's going on here at the Bastion? I mean, it's possible.
It is possible. But I don't think he's nefarious.
Maybe not, but
I don't believe he was a follower of the matron.
You
not
don't have to
everybody
be
is
a follower of the
this
matron to be
matron.
nefarious.
I don't follow the this Raven Queen.
It makes you a little less trustworthy.
Well, now see, you live in a world of paranoia, then,
She really does.
obviously. Listen, I'm going to go down and get food and bring it up for me and Tara.
Okay.
She kind of door
Does
shuts
she have
behind
money?
me. She has a couple of her own coins.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna open. Well, I guess Adam is staying here, or
They kind of wanted the extra protection, but they don't want Evelyn for some reason. So it's weird.
Evelyn can stay.
Evelyn is definitely weird.
Evelyn can stay.
Uh-huh.
I will feed Adam before I go,
Okay.
and then
Like you can
Or
get,
intentionally
you,
will go
can you can
downstairs.
retrieve Evelyn later when you need to go to the temple or something.
And right across the way from the tavern is the stablery. So for like 5 gold, you get like a donkey cart with a small
okay.
horse that can pull all the goods, and it takes you guys a good hour to cart everything downstairs and into the cart. So you have all the inventory stashed. So are all 4 of you heading out, or
Evil staying or evil coming?
Odds or evens for staying.
Evil is even,
then
so
evens?
staying.
Even she's staying here. Odd she's going with us. That
Sure.
makes sense. We're odd. Anyways, 13. She knows when she's not
Odd,
wanted, I
she's
guess.
staying.
Okay,
No.
so Evelyn
No,
will
odd,
stay
she's
behind.
going.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I mean she's going.
Yeah.
That's odd.
Yeah.
So Adam will stay with Trin and Tara. Give me
And I
perception checks as you.
Tell Adam to protect the girls.
His mandibles clack a bit, and his antennas kind of twitch a little bit, but do his best.
Perception for both of them?
Yeah, perception for everybody as you kind of look about the village this early morning to see if there's anything of interest.
21 for Evelyn and 8 for Delaria.
Okay.
It's 18 plus 5. 23
Yep.
Yeah.
for Cora. And Tenchi is seeing nothing. 8 for Tenchi.
Yeah. Tenchi and Delaria in the same group of observation. Yeah.
There's a couple things you notice. The place is relatively small. Well, there's maybe 2-3 dozen, like, just kind of traditional structures of stone and wood that people probably use as a means of living. There's a mixture of riverbank homes, which probably belong to the fisher folk that kind of use the river for their own purposes of catching and selling food. You can see a little open-aired market down by the river bend. It looks like it's mostly selling seafood and other kind of like food products down there by the docks. You can see a little upscale cottage-like building with a sign over the doorway, Delilah's herbology. It seems to be maybe she is a kind of artisan style seller of herbs and possibly other things as well. You do see the smoke, and you can hear the hammer of a working smith. Maybe a few buildings down to your left. You can see the headman's house, where the person who runs the village. You can also see a hunting lodge as well that looks to be active. You can see people walking in and out of it. There's a rather tall watchtower near the riverbank, but you can see the long cobblestone road that goes up the cliffside face and would eventually bring you to the gates of the bastion. The bastion sits about 500 feet above, overlooking down into Havenstead, and has a good vantage point over both the river, and you can see flat bottom barges, or kind of river boats using the river. Some are going east, some are going west. You can see the caravan trade route's not too far away. In fact, it doesn't run through the village; it runs kind of alongside the village, and then heads into the westerly region, or back towards east, towards the Panagriff Sands.
As we're walking, do we see a bugbear and 3 fairies at all?
Not yet, no.
Just curious.
Just a drunken fisher folk wandering around, complaining about almost getting killed by a giant fur-haired creature.
Fair enough.
Something about glitter bomb. In fact, he's like clearing out his sinuses, and little globs of glitter are coming out.
Excellent. Just as it should be.
My dragon was falling.
The dragon's always falling. So what would you guys like to do? It's
We're continuing
mid-morning
up to
at
the
this point.
bastion to try and sell treasure.
So creative. It's almost like she's done that 25,000 times.
I know. We have to offload it somewhere.
There was nothing in there that we would want to keep, right?
It was a lot of like general goods, silks, flatware,
With
cutlery.
fine china, bronze
yeah.
statues, bolts of silk and fabrics.
Mm-hmm.
The letter from a bag of letters for Father Bernard. The wizard had a silver and gold spell focus. The dagger from the missing scabbard, which was magic. It's one hit, +1 to hit, +1 to damage. I think one of us took that one. I don't remember. No, I don't have the dagger. And I don't have the dagger. So one of us has to take a +1 dagger.
I can put it on my character, but she doesn't really. She uses two-handed. I can give it to my cleric. Evelyn can have a.
Let's see. Does my druid
Back up.
use daggers?
We don't have a rogue in the board. Not that I ever used daggers as a rogue either.
So you guys heading up to the bastion then? Okay. You take the horse and cart, and it's more of a pole cart than a traditional one that you ride. So you guys use it to go up the long twisted road to get up to the top of the bastion. The gates are swung open. You can see a queue of people kind of patiently waiting. They have a quick exchange with the guard. They're let in. Before long, you guys pull up with your wagon, and yes, reason for needing entrance.
The matron has blessed us with goods to sell, and we are here to.
You're here to sell goods in the open market, then. Very well. That'll be a 5 gold tax for entry. Thank you very much. Puts it into like a metal box off to the side. Market closes at sundown. Please be sure to have your things collected and leave. The gates will be closed an hour after sundown. Okay.
Good day.
You go through the gateway and
May the lady
into.
bless you.
Yes. Yes. Very good. As you guys kind of cross the threshold of the gates, and the guards, yeah, the guards, she won't stop staring at me. What the fuck?
Just like she's walking forward, but her head's just goes like this.
Yeah. one of those paintings in a room that the eyes always stare at you. As you come into the area, there's a couple things that stick out. You can see a sizable stable over to your right, a tall conical tower over by kind of like a larger stone building attached to this tall tower. Looking up the height of the tower, you can see a veranda that encircles the top of it. And you can see this kind of thin, he's wearing a robe with kind of like a floppy hat and a pointy beard and pointy mustache, and looks kind of pale. And he's kind of leaning on the banister, looking down into the keep.
There isn't a green dragon circling it, right?
No.
Okay.
He's flanked by what appear to be guards that are just keeping an eye on him. You can see other bastion guards down here. There's more of them in the bastion than you saw down below. Like they're getting ready to go out on patrols. They're getting their horses ready and everything.
It is morning.
To the far right, you can see a whole bunch of like 2 or 3 dozen random bardos and wagons and stalls all set up. You can see a lot of the locals from down below. You can also see what look like maybe merchant traders, people from other parts of Marquet here making trades over in the market. You can also see there's a large 2-acre area where you can see soldiers training and kind of doing what they need to do to prepare themselves. You do see a 3-story inn that's quite nice. You can, and it's built on the edge of the wall and cliffside of the interior, so that the back of the inn faces out over the cliff. You can see a sign over it that says the Overlook Inn and Tavern. And you can see a pretty healthy group of people coming and going out of there as well. You can see another 3-story structure that looks to be attached to the market. And you can see where merchants are coming in and out of that structure as well. And then, of course, the dominant thing attached to even the other tower that you saw is this huge tower that makes up the whole back portion of the bastion, which is known to be the Castilians' Tower, the home and residence of Valen Castile. Oh, and in between where the main gate is and the routes that go off into the different directions, you can see a rather simple structured chapel. No particular, it feels very secular. Like it doesn't have, it's surrounded with a garden with lots of little statues of different representations of religion, but it seems to be secular. You get the feeling this might be what Trin was speaking about, that maybe Brother Gorham runs that particular
That is
chapel.
where I shall go. I must commune with my lady.
Who watches
Don't
Evelyn?
say anything incriminating.
Do that. We are quite innocent people. We have nothing to hide.
That's not necessarily true, but okay, because we just left 2 people in our room that we are trying
They
to
are
hide.
innocent people who have done nothing wrong.
That we are trying to hide.
They will be hidden.
Okay.
Because the lady will cast her veil upon them.
Let the lady cast her veil upon your speech.
Evelyn just saunters off towards the front of the chapel.
It's a long shot, but I'm hoping to get some upgrade on this armor. It's not doing what it's supposed to be doing.
Okay. I just want to smack it now too.
Cora's like holding a weapon, just like. So where are the 3 of you heading off to?
The wagons.
Okay.
The
Heading off
market.
towards the market area. As you get closer into the market area, you can see some people are hawking wares, some people are trading, some people are buying. Do you guys want to set up and spend the day selling?
Yep.
Okay.
Delaray wants to keep an eye out for good armor, but potentially cheaper at secondhand if it's not going
Yeah,
to.
you guys take about 20 minutes to set up around the wagon. You tie the horse off to a nearby hitch, and you pile out all the crates. You open everything up and set things out on a couple wooden planks that you set on crates.
We have scale mail from a hobgoblin. Would that fit you?
She's human sized.
So that
Yeah, it should. Hobgoblins are humanoid, medium size.
Scale mail?
scale mail.
Let's see. I don't know. I'll have to look at the.
Okay.
if it's any better than mine, because mine gives me plus is 14 plus my dex, I think.
So as the other group of three of you are setting up for the day's shopping,
Mhm.
give me persuasion rolls for each one of you. This will be your activity for the shopping, or selling, I should say. You're selling.
15. I have no
15.
charisma.
Okay.
Persuasion.
Yes, persuasion.
Okay,
Cora
so
got a
0 on
dirty
that.
20.
Cora, dirty 20.
Cora got a dirty 20. Tension.
Delaria has a
Then she's not very charismatic.
Tenshi got a 7.
7,
Delaria has straight 15.
15, 20. Since you're keeping an eye out for armor, Delaria, give me a perception check as you're sitting there and unpacking the wagon, but also scanning some of the other
Ooh,
wagons.
and we have those
Mhm.
5 juvenile rust monster
No.
saliva glands.
9.
do.
Yeah, we need to select 9.
9. Okay. Evelyn, you enter the garden area around the chapel. You can see a couple acolytes kind of collecting from the garden and cleaning up the different altars of the area. You can see what looks to be a scribe sitting on a stone bench, just kind of copying from a journal and into another journal. Looking through the threshold, the chapel doors are open. There's maybe 8 or 9 people inside just kind of doing ritualistic prayers and ceremonial prayers because it's the start of their morning. At the very front of the chapel, you can see a mostly balding man, a little bit on the pudgy side, wearing the brown, yellow, and gold kind of secular robes of a non-denominational kind of priest. Dressed very simply, not audaciously in any way. He seems to be just kind of taking apart the service altar from the day. He's also kind of whispering and talking to people, like trying to just give them some, conciliatory or console them over whatever their conversation might be. As he's walking down up the aisle to head towards the chapel doors, he sees you standing there looking in, and he kind of, oh, hello, what can I do for you?
Oh, it is good to see a brother of the cloth. Yes, I'm here to give praise to the lady.
We are not particular here. If you require the altar, please be sure to drop 2 gold into the tithe box for me. Helps support the temple, its upkeep.
But of course.
Yes.
There is so many orphans because of the wars that have happened in this land.
Oh, it's the
That's-
nature of existence in these lands, yes. Very bad.
It must be difficult to take care of them.
I don't really recognize your iconography. Who do you pray to?
The matron, of course.
Ah, the Raven Queen. Don't get much people out here for that, but you're welcome to use the shelter of the chapel if you need to.
Of course. And what was your name?
My name is I switched tabs.
Yeah, I know. Well,
I hate it when I do that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brother Gorham is my name.
Brother Gorham.
Yes.
Is this place not whole and welcome to all?
Why would it not be?
I'm not questioning whether it's not. I'm just asking if it is.
Well, I just said it is.
That's good.
It is. Are you okay? Do you need healing? Have you suffered some sort of brain swell or?
No.
Oh.
For the lady is
Oh.
inside me at all times.
Yes. You're crazy. Okay, very well. Good to know.
Is your faith not as strong as mine, then?
And my faith is my faith. Yes, it's fine.
I want to insight check this loser.
You certainly can. Crazy knows crazy.
Of course, 9.
9? I mean, he's surprisingly difficult to read. Like, he seems
Charismatic.
pleasant. He seems really pleasant and easygoing. He doesn't really offer up any kind of friction or concern. He could be trustworthy or he could be up to something. It's really hard to know.
Mhm. Well, she's gonna do what she said she's gonna do. She's gonna go drop 2 gold in the box.
Okay.
Listen a little bit. Doesn't sound like it's going anywhere other than the box.
Goes right into the box.
Okay. You know, just making sure.
In case there's not like a secret
Yeah.
tube that it runs down to a massive hoard underneath the chapel.
Just double checking.
Because that's how it's done everywhere else you go.
Hey, it would just make him a little bit more suspicious.
This is fantasy, not reality. It only happens in reality, not fantasy.
All right, then. She's going to go through her prayers, opening herself up to her lady to give her a sign and which direction to go from here. She is in the belly of the beast and she needs her guidance.
Give me a charisma check.
She's not very charismatic.
Which is unfortunate for a religious person.
No, that's a paladin thing. Wisdom is. I would have. I have a +6 to insight. I roll a 3. But religion, I actually have pretty good. Her religion is +7.
Oh, then give me a religion check. That's true. That would be a better choice.
Ooh, 18 +7 for a 25.
Nice.
The lady?
You're not sure how long you're there.
Okay.
You find yourself lost in the ceremony and kind of going through your prayers, going through your admissions and admonitions to the matron. And when your eyes finally open up, you look up and there's a open round window up in the chapel rafters.
Mhm.
You can see a raven sitting up in that window. And it kind of looks down at you and twists its head. It flies down. It lands on the altar table. It kind of ruffles its wings and shakes its tail feathers. And a single feather falls from the tail. And when it does, it lands on the crack near the altar. And then it disappears through the crack. And then the crow flies off.
Looking around, did anybody else see that?
No, most people have left by now. You don't even see Brother Gorm at this point.
So there's nobody to question if I'm examining that.
You don't see anybody.
I want to check that out.
Yeah, you kind of get up and you walk over to where you saw that. Give me perception or investigation as you start examining where you saw the feather.
I'm going to guide myself.
Of course you is. But you got guidance.
Because the lady is with me. Okay. 17 +6.
Great.
Yeah.
You look at the crack alongside the altar. And the reason why you don't see the feather is because as you peer into the crack, it looks like it goes beyond the surface of the floor. You can feel a slight breeze coming up through the crack. You run your finger along the crack and realize that this altar is covering a trapdoor. This altar should be movable.
Yeah, can I see if there's a switch or a lever?
With that same investigation, as you follow along, there's something about the symbols on the front of the altar. That's when you realize that 2 of the stone insets seem strange, like they're purposely out further than they should be. They look like they could be pushed in.
What time of day is it?
Mid-morning, almost afternoon.
There's still people in here. There's just not.
There's people in the very back of the pews. They seem to like, but the morning activity is mostly gone or done, so people aren't really in the main altar area. But every now and then you see either an acolyte or somebody coming from the garden drifting in and through the pews to go into one of the other kind of chambers attached to the building. No one's really paying attention to you from what you can tell, but there are people coming and going.
I don't have communion, obviously, as a spell just
Commune.
yet. Yeah, I wanted, but I don't have it at the moment. But I still would like some.
Are you able to have it at this level?
I don't know. I don't think
Because you
I-
can always, like, normally I would ask, before your long rest, what spells you want to switch out. But, I mean, for clerics, it's super easy. Just spells out in and out prior to, or like,
I can take ceremony, but that's like,
well, that means you don't have access to commune yet, or commune.
yeah.
See, what level is it?
Probably level 3.
Fifth.
Yeah.
5th level spell.
Fifth level spell.
Wow,
Was it always a fifth level spell?
Mhm.
I feel like it was.
it's a pretty powerful spell.
It was just like a wheel and woe.
You're communing with your no. That's
No, that's wheel and woe.
That's
That's the augury.
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 Yeah.
Augury's also good,
And augury, I think, is first level.
Yes,
but I don't have the option to have augury either.
You should.
I think that's druid, isn't it?
Clerics have it too.
Clerics have it too.
Not
I
there.
turned on your guys' content, so you should have access to it.
There is no augury in the first
Augury.
level.
Maybe it's a 2nd level spell.
Second level spell.
Yeah.
No, not yet. No second level spell. But she is still she's hoping for a sign from her lady whether or not it would be a wise decision to investigate this now or later.
Well, you get the feeling that you just had
Yeah.
a somewhat miracle.
Yeah.
A crow flew in,
Yeah.
single feather came off, and revealed this.
I mean,
secret
that
location.
seems like a sign to me. I'm not there.
Yeah.
Shutting
okay.
up now.
Okay.
The giant black and red Aarakocra in the window.
Okay.
Sorry, you
going
have pipe pigeons.
I'm going to try and press the buttons. Press the buttons.
Reach up. As you press the buttons, there's a low grinding noise. The altar shifts back about 3 feet, revealing a set of wooden stairs that descend down into a basement.
Dun, dun, dun.
This is where she gets herself killed.
Probably.
Probably.
Mm-hmm. All right. Down into the belly of the beast.
Are you being stealthy?
She can try.
Yeah, give me a stealth check as you carefully walk down the wooden stairs.
Oh my god, great at all.
You have to roll up a new character.
Yeah, probably. 11.
11. As you walk down the 10-foot wooden stairs to get into the basement level, you hear a click, and you hear the altar behind you shut.
Off.
You immediately watch as 2 iron lamps with some strange kind of floating stone in them begin to light up. And the whole basement lights up.
Can I see a button to get out?
Give me investigation as you look around.
Investigation. Okay. That's not great. 11.
11.
For
You
investigation.
don't immediately see a sign of anything obvious to use. I mean, it would make sense there's something down here to use,
Mhm.
but it might be hidden as well. But looking around this basement chamber, it's about 300 square feet of space, and it is just stacked with crates and barrels and sewn up like linen sacks and bolts of fabric, and all of them bear markings from like all over Marquet. You get the feeling that you stumbled across a loot horde of things that have been stolen off caravans.
This is not a holy place. What would the lady want me to do with it? Looking around, it's just the chamber. There's no other doors.
Not that you can see. Give me a perception check as you start glancing around to see. Yeah.
Okay, that was better. 19 plus 6.
Yeah, you can see where there's like 4 stacked crates. There's a lot of scrape marks around the base of them, like they've been moved multiple times. You can also see the edge of a steel or of an iron grate, and you can hear wind, and you can feel the breeze coming up through this grate. And you can see what looks to be like an iron ladder that's going down into the darkness below. Feels like this leads even deeper in to the bowels of the cliff. Like, you're 500 feet up in the air in the bastion area. You're now in the basement of the chapel, and even below the chapel now, there seems to be another tunnel leading deeply in to the ground below you.
As I walk through the valley of shadows, I have no fear, for you art with me, and I descend into the belly.
You gotta open the grate, which means you gotta move the crates.
Of course.
So give me a strength check to move the crates.
So strong. Hey, I'm stronger than I am charismatic. Let's see.
Is this your fighter or your this is your player?
14, 15, 16.
16, yeah, 15. You manage to shift a stack of crates aside, exposing the grate. You lift down and you open up the grate, and the air comes up and rushes up
I've
at
got,
you.
like, dark holy energy just swelling my muscles.
And you start heading down.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
So Evelyn's been gone for a while. You guys managed to sell half your inventory, and you currently have 326 gold.
Nice. I'll let you record the monies.
Okay.
Don't worry, definitely.
Half our inventory. Those are basically those crates that we really didn't go through what all they had.
Correct.
And did you sell the squishy bits?
No buyer
No.
for the squishy bits yet. You may have to
Squishy bits,
seek
meaning
someone
the-
out specifically.
Meaning the rest monsters.
Mhm.
Okay.
So we still have.
Yeah, I have some named things that we have, but other than that, I had crates.
And you can see other purveyors,
Uh-huh.
like selling. I would say you see someone selling exotic goods,
Mhm.
like organic material and stuff that could be harvested from animals. And
And then I also have a silver and gold spell focused. But I figure
We could probably take the
silver and gold spell focus. I have 2 magic items. One's a ring and one's a necklace that we have to get identified. And then, but the hand axes. Did you want the scale mail?
It was scale mail, right?
Yes.
I was looking at it.
Because we have scale mail and a longsword. If you don't want them, we'll sell them. Would that be in that half the inventory? Or?
Sure. Yeah.
Scale mail. I think it's also a 14, but let's see. Yeah, it's the same thing as ring mail,
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
pretty much.
so we can just delete the
All right.
for that.
We can just sell that.
I need
Um,
something stronger.
But
I'm
we
getting-
had, like the silver and gold spell focus, which I think is
I would
more.
say Tenshi's kind of wandering around the place.
Mhm.
She notices a gypsy woman, kind of shamanistic looking. Not gypsy would be inaccurate. She looks kind of like a shaman almost. Furbog with kind of flat blue ears and black curly hair. She's got the kind of bovine features of a furbog, and Tenshi even notices that she's like mixing up concoctions and creating little minor potions and working. And the woman looks over and sees, "Oh, aren't you an interesting person? Hello, what is your name?"
Tenshi.
Tenshi. It's fascinating. Is there a history to that name?
There were
9 she's before you.
9 she's before me.
I love that. That's adorable. You're kobold, are you not?
I am.
Yes.
I love the fact that's like 1 she, 2 she, 3
Three
she,
she,
10 she.
because she's a she.
I'm
I
the
am
Tenshi.
I am the 10th girl, the 10th female in my family
I
line.
am Tenshi.
10 she.
Isn't that interesting? I
9
make
older sister.
I make things. I can sell you things. Is there something you might be looking for, Pat?
Well, I'm looking for someone. We collected these.
Oh, my goodness.
They're
take a look
rust
at those.
monster saliva glands.
Yes. Oh, yes. These are very useful for alchemy.
Yes.
Are you selling them?
Yes.
How many do you have?
5. And they're from juvenile rust
Yes,
monsters.
very potent.
Mhm.
Tell by the size and the coloration of the gland, and it's pretty recent too. Couple
Was it
days.
Day before yesterday. 2
Yeah.
sleeps, or 1 sleep? No, it was 1
Well, we
sleep.
slept once there, and then we slept once.
Oh, we slept before the rust monsters.
We slept
after
once
the
before
rest
going
It's
into
okay. I didn't mean to confuse you,
Sorry.
Tenshi.
Yes,
It's
it was
fine.
like day before yesterday.
It's within reason of
Mhm.
decomposition.
Mhm.
I can give you 50 gold apiece.
We tried to sleep in the zombies attack, and then sleep here. That's fine.
Yeah. Yes, 50 gold apiece.
Yes.
Oh, I like that. 50 gold. Yeah.
What did you originally write down? Is she trying to cheat us? 'Cause I know that we had evaluated it at a price.
I don't remember.
You didn't write it down? I thought you
I
did.
didn't write it down.
I didn't write it down
Did I
'cause
write
you
it
were
down
writing it-
in notes, or did I write it? Because I didn't have it in.
Thought you wrote it down.
I think you guys got a
Okay.
price on them yet.
Oh, we had an estimated price. That's why we bothered to harvest them at all.
Oh well, yeah. That was based on your guys' own insight.
Our roll.
So basically, is our insight matching up with what she?
No, I just put we harvest 5 saliva glands
Yeah.
to sell.
Yeah.
I mean, insight checker if you want.
check from Tenchi, who's not very insightful.
Yeah. The insightful one who hasn't been rolling very well on her insight is
Actually, Tenchi's got a +4.
Yeah.
But I rolled a 4.
Delaria rolls
8.
Well, Tenchi's
Nine.
Tenchi's doing this on her own.
Oh,
Yeah,
never mind.
Cora and Delaria are still back
At the
selling
wagon.
the remaining of the goods.
Got it.
Tenchi took some of the stuff around to try and sell. To
Yeah.
Stuff that people.
Plus,
wanted.
what other people are offering
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
I mean, it feels like a good deal.
Okay. It's good to me. It feels like a good deal on my 8 roll. My roll of 8. My 8.
You know, if you're gonna get mired in the simplicity of mechanics,
250 gold.
Yep.
I'm for it.
and you can do it in platinum, you can do whatever currency you want to do it in.
Yeah.
For ease of use.
Yep. Okay. 5 rust monster glands going away. Okay, and then what do you have for?
Oh well, I sell potions. I sell salves and oils as well. I sell plants to those that craft their own alchemy. Is there a particular potion or something you might be looking for?
Your health potion?
I do. I have potions of healing.
And how much are your health potions?
My health potions are 100 gold apiece.
Okay,
You do not handle my strongest potions.
I would like 2 health potions, please.
Absolutely. She places the 2 vials in front of you.
Okay, we get 2 health potions.
Okay. It's good to have those because, magic is limited.
Especially because our cleric is a little weird.
She's completely normal for someone who's been raised in the church.
Is that the litmus test?
I mean, I was raised going to church too.
There's a difference between being raised going to church and raised in a church.
Is there?
Yes, because I also went to church. I'm more or less normal.
Are you though?
Really?
Let's just say that this one, my clerics tend to take my pious and jack it up a couple of
I don't
notches.
want to hear about your pie.
My piety.
I do. Is it cherry?
What?
So I have a small silver
Ew.
ring that's giving off evocation magic that I'm next I'm gonna try and find him. Thank you very much.
Of course,
Thank
yes,
you.
yeah. If you need anything, I'm usually here. The market closes obviously at sundown, but I should be here for a few more days before I head back out on the road.
Where our wagons over there.
Oh yes, I see a rental.
Well, yeah,
Très
because
chic.
they would have looked at me weird if I'd had everything stacked on the ant.
Excuse me.
I have a giant ant. They would have looked at me weird if I'd have set up on the back of my ant.
Are you aware that your aunt molts?
Well, yeah, it happens a lot. I mean,
Is it due
Once
for
a month?
Is it due for another one? You think?
is it due for another one?
I mean, give me an animal handling check or a nature check. See if you can remember when the last time was.
If only Delaria could.
Ooh, I'm gonna go with nature. That's a +8.
Go for it.
Nice. But I rolled a 9. 17.
17 total. I mean, still really good.
Yes, but I,
I
rolled
mean,
a
I'm
9.
getting aware that Tenchi's or Adam is overdue.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, Adam's
well,
probably
if
gonna-
your aunt molts, could you bring me that skin?
Sure.
I can pay you decently for it, or we could even do a trade.
Sure. I usually just do X number of things with it, but yeah, that's I
X
have
number
no
of
idea
things.
what I would do with ants.
You'd probably use it as like an armor or like something
No,
like that.
too thin, too
No, I
translucent.
usually just crush it up and feed it back to him so
Oh,
that he
sweet
gets,
jeez.
the
Sweet gods.
nutrients back.
Yeah, just bring it to me. We could make some coin off that.
Okay.
Great. Female or male ant? Do you know? Boy or girl?
Well, you keep giving
His
him
name's
boy names.
Adam.
Yeah,
you keep
but
giving him bad.
But it
boy
could be
names.
like Grosse Pointe Blank. You could respect his privacy or its privacy.
I've never asked if it's male or female. I just call him Adam. I just call it Adam.
That's fine.
Sometimes
Well-
I call him Kevin.
It's doesn't that confuse the ant?
I mean, he answers no matter what I call him. As long as I call him.
Okay. You obviously have a very specific relationship with your pet. Totally understand. But if he molts, it molts, she molts, whatever you refer to it as.
Is it better if it's male or female?
It could matter. In fact, I should be able to tell when you bring me the skin.
I can check under the hood.
I don't think it works that way,
I
dear.
don't think so either.
Yeah,
but I was
but-
offering. I'll ask.
You talk to him.
Of course I talked to him.
Oh, okay.
I've just never asked because it didn't matter.
Didn't matter till now.
I mean, it still really doesn't matter. But I'll ask.
That's completely passive aggressive of you. Thank you. Just kidding.
Where's for sale?
Yeah, you can hear Cora and Denaria in the background. Well, anyways, have a.
Oh, goodness, look at my wrist. I have to go. All right, I'm going to try and find another merchant that could potentially help me identify the ring and the necklace that I have.
That's right. You have a ring and a necklace.
Or if we spend like an hour dealing with it, can we do it? Or
I could say you guys did that during your travels.
okay, then we did that during our
Um,
travels. What's the necklace? Magic necklace, gold and silver inlay from the Stratus Army amulet.
Yeah.
Amulet?
It's an amulet of charm.
charm. Okay,
Once per day, you can use the spell,
charm
the charm spell.
once per day.
Man, even when I have access to that spell, I'm too afraid to use it. So many bad
And
things can
the-
happen.
The after effects.
Yeah.
Small silver ring giving off evocation magic.
It is a ring of minor illusion. Once per day, you can conjure up a minor illusion with it.
All right. Do either of we probably want minor illusion, and I mean we'll keep charm
Just in case.
just in case. Yeah. Okay. Then we're not going to sell those. So I have offloaded the juvenile rest monster thing. I have the silver and gold wizard spell focus. You're not a wizard, right?
I'm a cleric and I'm a soldier.
And I am a druid and a ranger. Neither of us want a wizard spell focus, so I'm going to try and sell it.
Yeah, we'll say you find a trinket guy who takes an interest in it. Give me your persuasion check. Nice Rachel face.
Thank you.
That's exactly what you were doing, too. You're totally doing a Rachel face.
Yeah, I miss facial.
Nice. 19 plus 4.
Nice. Yeah, you get 42 gold for it.
Yes. Nice. All right. Souls.
Sold.
Since you're so good at this, can you find Delaria some armor?
I'm going to look for some armor for
Yeah, give me a
Delaria.
perception check as you start wandering more of the stalls and tables.
18 plus 4. 19.
19. Yeah, you the back side of the market, there's a couple wagons set up near each other with a little portable smithy and forge set up that looks like it can be broken down and carried off. You can see a couple dwarven individuals working and a gnome working with the metalworking, and you see suits of armor laying about on the backs of wagons and stuff. And dwarf sees you. There's something I can do for you, little one.
I am looking for armor for one of my party members.
Oh, what is their profession?
They're a fighter.
Well, there are many different kinds of fighters. There are
They like
those.
hitting things with two-handed weapons.
Oh, so you're looking for chainmail armor or plate mail armor. What are you looking for?
So I think we
I
have
would, then she needs to get like a ring of message. Hey,
So-
I think I found some, but you didn't tell me what you're looking for.
So it could be a lighter mail because I have a +3 to my dex, as long as it allows me to have all my dex, or it could be a heavier metal with that doesn't let me do any dex on.
Heavy metal because she likes headbanging. I'm just kidding.
Basically, whatever would up my 14 right now because I realized I had a shield up and I wasn't supposed to have the shield.
And
I'm
your
sorry.
armor is plus.
Currently, it's a flat 14 straight
What's it, your armor?
because it doesn't allow me to have my dex on it.
What armor are you currently wearing?
Ring mail.
Okay.
Ring mail doesn't let have your dex. on it.
Yeah, it wouldn't allow you to apply your
Why? Does
well,
it catch
studded
on your
leather
nipples or
would.
something?
Studded leather armor would.
He did not hear me, apparently.
Yeah.
What?
It's fine.
What?
I
Just,
said,
just
what?
let that go over.
Never mind.
You'll be.
What'd you say?
You'll listen to the VOD later and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I missed that.
No, what'd you say? What'd you say?
Well, she said it doesn't let her take her dex. You know, so I'm like, what? Does it catch on your nipples or something?
Oh God. Of course.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Man, I hope you're wearing a shirt.
Try the roast beef.
Try the roast beef. Try the veal. Try the cheese. It's from Vermont, but it's still very good.
Anyways.
It's from a movie.
Okay.
Okay. So, what do you want?
Let's see. Let's look at the armor.
That would probably be your best bet.
Yeah, that would probably be my best bet. I just want to ambiguously put it out. into the
Ambiguously, ambiguous merchant person, sir. I would like something that would put her armor class at above a 14.
My name's Frostmane, but
Frostmane.
I choose not to be
I
ambiguous.
like that. I like that. Frostmane's a good name.
You're welcome, of
Okay.
course.
It's good.
Well, I have chainmail, I have leather, studded leather, I have plate mail, I have just a matter of what your friend would prefer to wear. Now,
My friend would
my
prefer
chainmail
something that
is
will let her use her dex.
I
I
don't
know.
understand what that means, little fella.
She's
Or little
very
girl,
she's
or
very
whatever you are.
limber, and her current metal armor kind of reduces her ability to.
You know, this
It
this,
catches
this
on her
third
nipples. I don't
person
know.
conversation's getting
It catches
weird.
on
Oh, I'm just a commoner walking by.
Her armor, it catches
Why
on
is
her
everybody
nipples.
in this
Stop.
conversation?
Okay,
I'm
What
a
so
busy- I'm a
the
busy
fuck is
body.
going on here?
chicken
Now-
armor.
Now I'm 3 people.
Chicken armor.
I'm looking.
Chicken
Okay. Jeez, there's so many armors. Have you ever looked at these things? There's like a
Yes,
billion of
and I
them.
usually have an idea of what my character wants.
Yeah.
I mean, she only has a week to think about it.
I wasn't really thinking about it because I
There
thought
you
her
go.
armor was fine, but you know.
Not if it catches on your nipples. Your armor's not enough.
That's fair. Fair.
Tear away nipple armor?
Tear away nipple armor.
Ow.
Yo, you don't tear away your nipple, you tear away the armor.
See, the thing is, I think the armor has changed because none of them say they can use, even the leather doesn't say it's using your dex with it. I'm looking
No,
at-
your leather can because it's light armor.
Well, see, look, I'm reading it here. It doesn't say anything.
Okay,
about
what
comfort
armor
dex.
are you proficient in?
Are you filtering by proficiency?
Yeah.
What armor are you
I'm
proficient
proficient in all of them because I am useful.
So just pick one,
Okay.
add it to your character, and see what your armor class becomes.
in? Like Tenshi can only use light armor.
Right. I know you're not barbarian, are you? Okay, because barbarian has very specific rules about
Yeah.
how they can
And,
wear their
and
armor.
monks too, right?
And monks have
Yeah.
some challenges there too. This is always the most fun part of your character, like figuring this shit out. But yet here we are,
Hey.
the classic problem of people thinking they have all week to not worry about it. Okay, if I get copyright strike for that, you're in
Hey,
trouble.
but it's me. It's not actually playing the music.
I don't think the algorithm cares.
You don't think it cares?
No, not really.
Check this one. Okay,
They
cast
really
off
fuck
plate.
you at the algorithm.
Cast off plate gives me 18. Half plate would give me 17. Studded leather would give me 15. So I'm looking for
I'm
Wait.
guessing studded leather applies your dex then. Because
Um,
chainmail normally gives you 15.
yeah, because the armor class for studded leather is 12.
Right.
And
Plus
I have
3
a
for
plus 3.
dex.
Yeah.
So yeah, studded leather. He can sell you a suit of studded leather for 20 gold.
Do you want?
That would get +1. If
What
you
was
can-
the one that did 17?
17 is half plate, and
Do you want
18
half,
is full
Do
plate.
you want half plate?
I don't have full plate, but I have half plate.
Do you want half plate?
yeah.
How much is the half plate?
Half plate is 400 gold.
we can't afford it, we can't afford it.
I mean, it just kind of offers us, but
You can just sell my current ring mail.
yeah, but I can't take it off your body because
Yeah.
I'd have to come back.
Well, you can go.
I have this scale mail.
You see that? Only a little bit of blood. It smells like hobgoblin.
Yeah, that's what we took it off.
I'll have to clean it. I could give you 50 gold for it.
Beautiful. 50 gold off of the 400 gold
Absolutely. 350
Awesome.
gold for the
350 gold.
half plate.
for the half plate.
Enjoy.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Sets it on the counter in front of you. It's like you have to use like both hands to pick it up. You see little Tenchi come waddling back over to the cart. She's carrying this half plate mail armor set back over to the cart.
Wait, how
Wow.
yeah. I don't know. Tenshi's got a 14 strength, so yeah, I could do it.
Okay.
Thank you, Tenchi. I needed some new armor.
Yeah, because that one's really pulling on your chest.
It
Nice eyes.
Alrighty.
All right. Well, I'm gonna duck behind some tents and switch out my armor,
Okay.
and maybe we could sell this ring mail.
Yeah, I'll take the ring mail back.
Yeah. I can give you 30 gold for that.
No need to keep armor you're not wearing unless you destroy the armor you're currently wearing, and you have no other options.
Still no Evelyn has come back yet.
She has a nasty habit
How
of
long's it been?
praying for long
It's
periods of time.
been well over an hour.
She's very zealot.
Well, we can see if we sell all of the rest of this stuff, and if she's not back by the time we sell the rest of this stuff, then we'll go in and find her.
Pull her out of her commune. Get out of that church.
You guys continue to sell the rest of the items in the cart.
Tenchi
Evelyn,
might go in to the
go scout it out.
yeah, because
Okay.
she can leave Delaria and Cora at the booth.
Yeah.
And she's gonna go.
They're just going to
Sniffing
head
around
on
for her.
over there and scout it out. Evelyn,
Mhm.
so far you've gone down about 80 feet into this tight tunnel. A breeze kind of wafting up, like you get the feeling that there's an air shaft down there somewhere because you feel the air coming up as you go down. Your ears are popping a little bit from the change in pressure after kind of until last you reach the bottom. As you get to the bottom, you can see a track, an ore track, like for ore carts.
Ore carts?
Yeah, for mining.
Oh, my brain went somewhere weird.
Orc?
And
Orc hearts?
no, no,
Did you
no.
go orc hearts?
So I was thinking like an ore, and then I was like, I don't know what that is.
Basically mining carts. You know.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
for,
that's
it's a
more
very
sensible.
narrow gauge track. You can see that it runs down the way. You see freshly piled rock nearby.
Mhm.
And off in the distance, you can hear a pickaxe. Then you can hear a couple more, like somewhere way down this tunnel, you can hear people pickaxing at the rock.
I will approach slowly.
Your stealth check as you cautiously start going down the tunnel. Do you have night vision?
Of course, I'm a tiefling.
Oh, that's right.
I can make my eyes glow and freak everybody out if I
Dark
wanted
vision, not
to.
night vision. Dark vision.
It's not great at all. 9.
Nine. Kind of trip over a rock and scuffle your feet a bit as you're trying to be cautious. You can see things, but it's, there's a lot of, the tunnel is roughly hewn out. It's only about 5 feet across, about 5 feet tall. It's rough.
Mhm.
You kind of have to bend over just a little bit to get underneath the full height of it. You're hoping that the sound of the pickaxes might be masking your own noises.
Mhm.
You go down the long hall, and now you're beginning to see torches in like little sconces to give light. The pickaxe sounds get a little bit louder. Before long, you get to the end of the tunnel, and you're in a chamber that seems to go off in different directions. Some of the tunnels go right, some go left, some go straight ahead. You can actually see a little daylight coming from the right, and the ore tracks, the mine car tracks, go in all the different directions. The main hub where all this connects is pretty decently carved out. You see piles of rock and other ore kind of neatly stacked around. It feels like somebody's like been mining down here for quite a while.
Mm-hmm. How tall are the chambers been mined out?
The main chamber that you're in now is maybe about 20 feet tall. So it's hauled out quite tall, and you can see that they've used lumber to kind of shore things up as well. See chains, like piles and rolls of chains, and like equipment lying about as well.
Does it look like it might be magically done at all? Because it's pretty high up.
Give me a nature check.
Nature.
Or survival. Nature or survival.
Not great, but 7, 8, 9, 10, 14.
14? It's dwarven work.
Mm-hmm.
This has all been done by hand.
I might be able to assume that the tinking is some dwarves as well.
Possible.
Whether or not they're here by duress or by their own will, I'm going to try and keep my ears open here if there's any speaking at all happening. And
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Lady, guide me. Give me something to work with. 18?
You can hear some voices because they're getting closer.
Mm-hmm.
Closer in the sense that you can see 3 dwarves on the very edge of your vision coming in towards the hub. But they're moving smoothly, and that's when you realize they're inside of an ore cart that the third dwarf is pushing. So 2 dwarves are in it, and he's pushing the ore cart, and they're having a conversation. The one dwarf is, "I'll be really glad when this one's done. It's taken so much time. Not nearly as efficient as the one that we carved out underneath the Overwatch Tavern. Yes, the one going up towards the tower was pretty tricky as well. But yeah, when this one's done, it'll be... Hopefully Brother Gorm will finally get us paid and we can be on our way." And the ore cart stops in the middle of the hub. Dwarves get out. They unload a bunch of ore. They kind of get back in. The one dwarf kind of pushes the ore cart back down, and they disappear back down into the tunnel that they were working.
So basically,
Okay, so they carved
don't ask, don't tell.
towers out underneath the Overlook Tavern.
Tunnels, not towers.
Sorry. They carved out tunnels underneath the Overlook Tavern.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I need to write this down too.
What you doing, Evelyn?
Well, I've ascertained that these dwarves are probably don't ask, don't tell laborers. You know, they
It's super cringy to say that way, but okay.
literally
Don't ask, so tell laborers,
yeah.
like people who work at Walmart.
No. Here's the thing: you get a job. You don't ask if they're doing it like with good money or
Yeah, I mean, they feel like hired labor.
yeah, they feel like
They've been hired to come do a job.
Mhm.
They're in the process of doing what feels like the tail end of whatever job they were hired for. And they mentioned Brother Gorm needs to pay them, and they can finally be on their way.
Mhm. They didn't mention where this one was going, though, right?
No, they did not. They mentioned one that they worked on that would access the watchtower. They mentioned one that that accessed the Overwatch or the Overlook Tavern and Inn. What's your passive insight?
Passive insight's 11.
The number of tunnels you're seeing here, after hearing them talk about it, you get the feeling these other tunnels might lead to other buildings.
Mm-hmm. There's no plaques or anything.
Give me a perception check as you look around.
Looking for some plaques. I just keep getting worse and worse in my rolls.
Sounds about right.
13.
13? That's actually pretty decent.
Nah, that's just luck.
There are wooden signs, like posted at each of the entry tunnels, and they're scrawled in both Dwarven and Common, obviously for the dwarves to know what tunnel they're working in. You kind of cautiously walk around since you are being masked by the sounds of them mining. The signs all point towards every major structure within the bastion. One goes to the Castilian Tower, one goes to the Watchtower, one goes to the barracks. The one you came through, there's a sign. It's the chapel. There's one towards the main gate entrance. There's one towards the training grounds. There's one going over towards the market. So every major point of interest within the bastion seems to be, they have carved tunnels that will access to all those points. There is one particular tunnel that does not have an overcart track that you notice. The tunnel is square more than it is round. It's been reinforced with stone. And it seems it's decently lit. It seems to lead to a large kind of wooden door. But there's no sign for this one.
Okay, so it's a square tunnel with no mine carts. It's got a wooden door, you said?
Mm-hmm. Heavy wooden door that's made of oak with like cast iron, reinforcement on it, and got a heavy pull ring on it. You don't see a latch or a turn to it. It looks like it's something you just kind of pull open.
The oak and steel door. With a pull, not a push.
You're not there. So many questions, but you're not there.
Yeah.
The pain is excruciating.
Well, I gotta find out what that is because it seems special.
Maybe, yeah.
The lady's with me.
Are you continuing to try to be stealthy?
Of course, I'm trying to.
Give
be
me another stealth check.
Trying to be stealthy. Shadow me. 8, 9, 10, 11.
You make your way down the long square hallway. You approach the wooden door, and you could already hear voices on the other side of it, like a lot of voices. Almost like you hear laughing, you hear kind of gruff, deep voices. You hear, you can even hear someone spill something, and then kind of like the beginning of a fight, and then you hear some burly voice. Now listen, you lot. We're going to be down here for a while. Mind your manners, or I'll toss you off the cliff. You hear some voices respond. It's his fault, not mine. Whatever you say. And they're kind of gruff and guttural common voices from what you can tell.
So they sang gobblish.
They have accents and twangs to them, but you're not really sure.
Right. I'm gonna make my way back to the light, find my party.
Okay.
Because that means I can find another way back in here because it's gonna be closed up there. So if I can find another way out, we can go in through there probably.
Which sign are you going to take? Are you going back up through the chapel, or are you going to try a different spot?
There was a light, right?
There was a light
shining
from down one of the tunnels. Yeah.
I want to see if I can follow that without getting caught.
Give me another stealth check again. I mean, right now, all the dwarves are working, so it's hard for their passive isn't quite good enough to hear you currently.
4. They're gonna catch me so bad.
Total,
am I cursed to be caught? I'm cursed to be caught.
probably. What'd you get?
4.
A 4
Yeah.
total.
I don't have any stealth.
As you're walking down this long hall, something moves up in front of you. And you realize that this very large fellow is like leaning against the shadow of the interior of the tunnel, and the light coming in. You can also smell like the atmosphere, like you smell fresh air. You can hear the river. You can hear the voices of Havenstead, or like the noises of the town of Havenstead. This tall, burly-looking orc pushes himself away. He's got a spear in one hand, a shield kind of brought around, and he's looking down the hallway and sees your silhouette.
Mhm.
Hey, dwarfs! No break time. Get back to work. You hear me? Starts walking towards you.
I am going to hold myself up tall and be like, not a dwarf, just inspecting the work as it goes for Brother Bernard.
Brother Gorham.
What'd I say?
Bernard.
Yeah.
I mean,
Brother
you know what?
Yeah.
You're lying your ass off.
Yeah.
Give me a deception check as he stares at you, stand out in the open as you say that.
No charisma, guys. No charisma. But no stealth either. I am not a rogue.
Don't know
Which
why
is
you're
why
being
you're
a
doing
rogue.
roguish things.
16 plus 4.
Wow.
Because the lady's with me.
He sets the spear down in a more cautious
guidance
manner and releases the tension. Yeah, Brother Gorham didn't say nothing about this to me.
Secret inspection.
Oh.
Gotta make sure they're doing their job without, the
Gonna
authority.
walk
knowing.
and you see this heavily tattooed orc wearing chainmail armor and long wicked sword at his side, and well, suppose you can take a look at the Overwatch then. He kind of guides you over to where the sunlight's coming through, and you realize that it's a small opening that looks down. You're about 250 feet up, so you're halfway down at this point, and you're looking down into the Havenstead. And you can see a very cleverly carved set of stone stairs that zigzag back and forth straight down. But the two of you coming up originally, or the four of you coming up originally, you don't remember seeing stairs. So these stairs have been cut so that anyone looking up wouldn't see them.
Interesting.
And the orc sees you standing there. Does this meet to your approval? Is everything okay, ma'am?
Well, I would prefer the work to be getting done faster. We're on a schedule, but
Well, you want me to gather all the dwarves for you?
no,
Count heads? You want me to get them in out of their barracks?
that would take longer. They're progressing adequately, but I prefer it get done faster.
Well, be on your way then. He goes and sits on the crate and kind of goes back to just like staring off and looking at you. And
Picking his nose.
no, he's not picking his nose.
He's an orc. He's picking his nose.
Oh, that's so racist.
He's not actually picking his nose. He's going like this.
Yeah, you deserve your rolls.
This is not the nose. This is not the nose you were looking
So where are you
for.
heading off to next?
I'm going to probably make my way to see if I can. They don't know where I am. I want to go back in, but it'll be weird that I'm going back in when they didn't see me leave. But I don't know if they'll notice that.
Who didn't see you leave?
The soldiers or something. Well, did they descend back into where we were already?
What, the stairs?
Yeah.
The zigzagging stairs go down 250 feet
Mhm.
down into like a group of trees and
Into Havenstead.
into Havenstead
Okay, that's
down
where,
below.
that's where I'm going.
Okay.
I'd love to try and meet back up with my party, but it might not be possible right away. So
Okay. It's a pretty treacherous pace to get down there. Give me athletics or acrobatics for the journey.
not my soldier, not my shoulder. Soldier. Athletics.
Tenchi,
Yeah,
you
ladies.
walk into the garden space around the chapel. Give me a perception check as you look around for Evelyn. 22? 12?
Yeah.
Oh, you're fucked.
Yeah. Probably.
No, DC was a 10. You're fine.
Yes.
It'll take you a good half an hour to make it all the way down
You said
to
perception.
the bottom. Yeah, perception.
18.
Did the stairs go up as well?
No, they started at the opening and only go down.
So you were at the top of the stairs.
Which is kind of weird because I feel like I went down and somehow I ended up.
No, you did go down.
Yes.
Remember, the cliff's 500 feet. You were in the chapel, you went down, down, and down.
Okay, that makes more
down,
sense.
and then you were in all these chambers that, and all these tunnels that spiderwebbed off to all the different surfaces up above.
Mhm.
So you're operating about halfway down into the cliff, and now you're very delicately like having to like adjust your eyes from time to time because you actually lose track of the stone stairs because they're so cleverly built. And then you finally, after about a half an hour of delicately walking, you're kind of sweaty and tired, and you get down to the bottom, and you find yourself stepping out into a group of trees. You do not see Evelyn anywhere. You look around the garden area. You see people either picking stuff from the garden or writing in books or praying at altars out in the garden. You look into the chapel, and you can see a handful of people in there, but you see no sign of Evelyn anywhere.
Is there a back door?
You go around the garden to the backside. There's a wooden back door to the chapel.
Still no Evelyn.
Still don't see her anywhere.
Past the chapel, is there anything?
From the backside of the chapel, it just goes into the buttressed wall that kind of arcs up, and this would be part of the fortifications of the bastion.
Where the heck did she go? I'm gonna go back into the chapel and see if she's hiding under pews.
You come
That's what I
inside.
do. I hide under pew.
As you come inside, looking around, you see a priest kind of off to the side, kind of folding up silken cloths and swaddling up candles and
How
working on a
long has she
book.
been gone by this point?
By this point, she's been gone over an hour. Oh my! Can I help you? You lost something?
An earring.
Okay. Can I help you look for it?
Mm-hmm. It's gold.
A gold earring.
Yeah, I dropped it.
Oh, give me a deception check.
I love
Because
that.
you're like lying out your ass.
I am.
Love that look on your face.
3.
Listen, young lady, I don't know what game you're playing,
It
but
wasn't gold, it was steel.
I think you should be on your way. Thank you.
But the earring was my
Mind
mom.
your manners. Out with you. Shoo, go. Kind of hustles you out the front of the
I go out.
chapel.
I have one who's happy with his chewing of people in desperate need because they're finding their lost heirlooms.
Obviously lying and looking for the tithe box to pilfer it from the priest.
Take a bit. All right, I go
It's
out.
my 2 gold
Okay.
back.
As you reach the bottom of the stairs,
Mhm.
like kind of decently concealed in a grouping of trees and underbrush, you see like 6 very heavy duty wooden wagons. You can see like a grouping of horses tethered off to the side. You can also see that there's a bit of a dirt trail that would take you out from behind here and take you either right into Havenstead or would take you up. You could go back to the main road that would take you up to the top of the bastion. There's another orc here. He's currently managing the leathers and the tack and everything for the horses. He goes over to the cart and picks up a box to set it. Who the fuck are you? And where the fuck did you come from?
Oh, just came back from a surprise inspection. I'm making sure the wagons are being loaded properly.
Inspection.
From
Gorm.
Brother Gorham will say it right this time.
Brother Golem. He never does shit like this. He does it himself.
Yeah,
Who are you?
I'm a priest. Yes.
Give me another deception check.
Guidance yourself.
I am guidancing myself. The lady is with me. Goodness
No
gracious.
shit.
It's a 17 plus 2 for.
Can't roll stealth, can't do anything else, but boy, can she be a lying motherfucker.
And she apparently cannot.
Listen. What was your total deception?
19.
All right, I rolled an inside 60. Listen, my job, feed the horses, unload the wagons when they get here, and at night the dwarves come down and pick up the boxes. That's my job. That's all I do.
I'm just making sure everything is running smoothly.
Oh, well, it's running pretty smoothly. The sooner this job is done, the better off we're all going to be.
Brother Gorham was just afraid that because everybody knows
Oh,
he's
Brother
doing
Gorm is a
inspection-
fucking piss pot.
Of course. Careful with your
Where
language.
did he find you from?
Oh,
You don't seem the type that would be involved with him. I mean, you know what we do here, right?
Oh, yes, of course. It's just I have
A pretty face.
Oh, yeah. That Castile guy looks like he likes a pretty face, if you get my meaning.
Ah.
That's a pretty clever twist to his plot.
Mhm.
Well,
Twist to his plot.
I've got to get back to work anyways. What'd you say your name was?
Rebecca.
Rebecca. Priestess. Rebecca. Oh, well. Very well then. Kind of goes back, and you notice that when he goes to lift the crates down, he also has some open barrels nearby. He crowbars off one of the crate lids, and he takes out two big armfuls of short swords, and he carefully packs them into the barrel, puts a lid on the barrel, and then takes some black rudimentary paint and paints the word flower on it. But he's orc and not like school trained, so it's spelled FLOUURR, flower. No, actually uses a stencil, picks up a little paper stencil, peels it off, and picks up the barrel and sets it into another cart.
Gets paint on his front because he did.
Oh yeah, didn't let it dry. He didn't care.
Says flower on his chest now.
Which way are you heading off to?
Heading back to the town.
Okay. Town or the bastion?
Havenstead or the town or the bastion.
Town first, then heading toward the base because it's like you have to go through the town, don't you?
Well, you're already on the edge nearest the road that take. Remember, you just came through the heart of the bastion cliff.
Yeah.
So you're closer to the road, that the graveled road that will take you up to the bastion. You'd have to go left and go down the long road to get to the river's edge where the Havenstead is.
I don't want anybody doing something stupid while I'm gone, or doing something I would do.
Which
while I'm
way?
gone.
Which is what you just did for
Yeah.
the last hour and a half.
Yeah. So I don't want anybody doing exactly what I'm doing because it's less convincing the second time. So
you hear down the tunnel. You like as you go to leave.
Surprise inspection!
You hear a little kobold voice.
so I should make my
Are
way-
you all doing what you're supposed to be doing? I'm watching you.
So true.
I'll make my way back up to the top.
Tenchi, as you come back out of the chapel, you look to your left at the gateway entrance, and you see Evelyn. She looks sweaty, dust covered. Her hair's a little bit matted against her forehead. You see her; she's a little out of breath, and you tell that there's dust on her, like she's been busy doing something. As you're coming up in the road into the bastion, you see Tenchi walking out of the garden of the chapel. So the two of you are back together again.
Hey, what you doing? I thought you were.
Not here.
No, you're here. You're not there.
Not here.
Okay.
And she'll, as soon as she sees that them, she'll turn around and walk away.
Is it around lunchtime?
I mean, it's beyond that. Half the day's gone, so it's like
Let's
early.
go get
afternoon
lunch
now.
for Cora and Delaria. That's where. Wait,
She was walking
Yeah.
off too.
Okay,
let's go
guys,
get,
head over to the Overlook
Yeah.
Tavern and Inn.
get some lunch.
Yeah, you head inside. You can see the barkeep and see tables filled with people that are having their midday meal and
Lunch
drinks.
to go, please.
Sure, we do basket lunches if you'd like to take one.
Basket lunch for 4, please.
They're for 4. I can
Six.
do 4 baskets.
No, because
5
they're-
silver, 10, 2 gold for 4 baskets. And you may keep the baskets if you like.
Thank you.
You guys wait about 10 minutes and she comes out with these round baskets with like cloth coverings and hands 2 to you and 2 of them off to you. Collects the 2 gold and you guys
Okay.
have food.
We're gonna go back to the wagon.
You head back to where Delaria and Cora are. The 4 of you are back together again. Delaria and Cora, give me fresh persuasion checks. See how the second half of your day goes to selling goods.
Delaria
It's
is
not
super
as
good at
good.
her stuff. She doesn't get this. Is what was it?
Persuasion.
Persuasion.
I only got a 14.
Okay.
Persuasion. Also 0 charisma. 7.
7. You guys managed to sell another 100 gold worth of stuff. Not a very good afternoon's worth of sales.
Buy our stuff!
How much stuff do we have left?
About a third of it now.
A third of it?
Yeah.
Okay. We still have a couple more hours?
You got
before
about
sundown?
3 more hours till sunset.
All right. We're going to keep hawking stuff.
Okay. 4 of you are back together as well. You got food and the busy marketplace around you.
Sell, 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 sell,
Too
sell.
bad you don't have a cantrip called suggestion. You want to buy. You want to buy. You want to buy.
You want to buy. And you want to buy. And you want to buy.
If you guys are just looking to hustle the remainder of the day,
Did we want to do anything else other than hustle?
Evelyn is going to keep herself shrouded because she doesn't know if she's going to see anybody who saw
Yeah.
her.
that's fair. Okay. So I'll give you one final persuasion roll for Tenchi, Cora, and
Guidance.
and Delaria.
She's guidancing Delaria, even though she sucks.
Okay.
9. Oh yeah, no charisma. 9.
9.
18 and 6.
Nice. Who got the 18?
Cora.
Cora really hustles the remainder of the day. She manages to sell the remaining goods that you guys don't want to keep for 400 gold.
Yay! That is
So you now have
really
a-
hustling.
You have an
You
empty
made that-
cart.
You
You
made
have,
it totally-
you have an empty cart that you can return to the stablery. Are you guys heading back down to Havenstead, or where are you heading off to?
Heading back down to Havenstead to
Okay.
check on Adam and the 2 girls.
Okay. You return the cart by sunset.
Mhm.
You look up to see the massive doors to the bastion. You watch as the night patrol and the night watch come down the long road to establish themselves in Havenstead. And Havenstead's a little bit on the orcs are always English. For some reason, orcs are English and dwarves are Scottish. It's just the way it is.
So what are elves?
Very arrogant and just always so hoity-toity, I guess.
So French?
No French accents.
No French accents, but maybe they should.
I'm Elvish. Would you like to try some of my elvish bread? It tastes like nothing and will fill you up all day. I don't know.
I mean, tasting like nothing is better than tasting like shit.
That's fair. I bet it tastes really good when you soak it in a nice stew.
Everything tastes really good when you soak it in a nice stew.
Ice cream wouldn't taste good if you soaked it in a nice stew.
I don't know if that would be considered soaking it in a nice stew because it would melt and kind of amalgamate inside of it with it.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's the
The
thing.
Havenstead
It
Tavern.
would have to be something porous.
The Havenstead Tavern and Inn is bustling with a bunch of activity. The
Going up and checking on Cora. Or
yeah,
on,
you-
Adam. And
yeah, you head upstairs
Tara
and
Trin.
they've kind of rearranged the room to be a little bit more comfortable. You can see the ant is like up on the ceiling and partially on the wall, keeping a lookout through the window. It sees you come in and kind of skitters on over to Tenchi and kind of just does the weird nudging and then goes back up to its watch post. You see Tara and Trin over on the bed. Trin seems to be reading from a book to Tara. Looks up, oh, been great. No problems here. Did you guys find anything?
Well, I got kicked out of the chapel, so I didn't find it.
Oh.
I found plenty. She says, unveiling herself dramatically.
Okay.
Always with the drama.
The lady guided my footsteps and gave me the words I needed to accomplish a mission of great intrigue.
This story is going to take 3 times longer than it should.
As I was praying to the lady in her glory, in her
I'm
She always
sorry,
do this?
4
in
times
the
longer than it should.
temple, she blessed me with a vision as her raven gave me a sign. Its feathers slipped between the cracks and before the altar, and through it I was able to observe the buttons that opened up and slid the door. and I descended into the darkness with her grace behind me and
Okay.
encouraging me. And there before me, I besought a
She's
series
already
of
asleep.
stolen perhaps.
Anyway, so she fills us in on what.
I don't know. I was thinking her way better. Yeah, you take like 15 minutes to kind of fill him in
Which
on
he means
everything
45 because of
Well,
the added
of
words.
all the added flourish and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
Trin gets a very curious look at no, not what I was thinking they were doing. I figured they were just smugglers, but they've tunneled to all the buildings up in the bastion. They're
Why would they do
collecting
that?
weapons and they're gathering people as well.
And making dead people.
I don't know what that connection is. The golem clearly is doing something in relation to the caravans being sold. You just mentioned that the basement underneath the chapel is filled with all sorts of stone.
They
On
also
goods.
are tunnels underneath this very building.
All of the major buildings. Wait, no, that's in
No,
the
it's
bastion.
only
We're
in the
not in the
bastion,
bastion.
not in Havenstead.
We're not
Havenstead.
Overlook
We're not
Tavern?
in the
I thought we were in
Overlook.
the Overlook Tavern.
No,
No,
we
you're
went back
down
down.
in Havenstead because the
Turned the wagon back in. and then-
bastion closes its doors at sunset.
Yeah.
Well, this is
And they had a
strange.
tunnel. Oh, not a tunnel.
Didn't they have a
Stairways. They had stairways going down the rock face.
it was
Can we see
quite
the rock
treacherous.
face from our window?
I mean, if you stand out in the center of Havenstead and look up at the bastion, you would expect to see the exposed face of rock with stairs.
I didn't see stairs on
It's
the.
very
Yeah.
treacherous, very, very well hidden. I had to be careful just stepping on it, and I was the one walking.
Single file stairway? It wasn't wide,
Yeah.
right?
And there was no rail or anything. It was just like
No, it was like it's only about maybe 2 feet wide. You kind of had to be very careful. It was well hidden. Oh, I made these for you. I have maps of the Chaos Caves for you. I have a map of the area between where the Chaos Caves are and all the way to Havenstead. And then I'm finishing up your map of Bastion now.
great. But now the question is, what do we do with all this information?
I don't know. I feel like the difficulty is if we can. I feel like there might be more people involved. I can't see how one person could pull this off.
Perhaps lady will give me another sign. And Evelyn goes and starts praying.
Well, that was a short-lived conversation.
Don't worry about her. This is just what she does.
Oh, okay.
Okay, out of character. The Chaos Caves, the area between the caves and the Bastion,
Yep, where you
And
guys
then-
traveled through
and then
the Gilded Forest.
the Gilded
and-
Forest.
Yeah,
According to
and
our
then a
other
map of the
campaign,
Bastion.
there was like 100 miles between here and there, right? Something crazy like that.
No, between the Chaos Caves and the Bastion, it's only about 20 miles, because the Bastion's purpose is to keep an eye on this particular area. The caravan routes and the river routes are many hundred miles between the Panagrip Sands, the Ashenador, and into the Oderland wilds beyond the Hellcatch Valley.
I would love a map. I'd like us having a map.
Yep.
It'd be cool.
Yep.
Okay, so why would they be tunneling underneath the Bastion? And then they have crates that say flower but have swords in them?
Well, they
And those they're
clearly-
taking them up into the Bastion.
Yes, it appears to be what they're doing.
So they're storing all of that under the various buildings, or at least they're storing them underneath the sanctuary.
It's like a cat listening to a rat in the wall.
I'm listening.
No, you turned to look over there, so suddenly I thought you heard something. Or...
No, I just realized this was on there, and like, oh, that's part of.
Oh, okay. There you go. That was funny.
Sorry,
Ooh, a bird.
I'm listening. Okay.
Oh my god, something's over there. Oh, it's my dog.
I have you know, I'm usually got something in my hands, keeping my hands busy while my eyes and ears are.
I have no
listening.
idea what that's like.
You absolutely do. Nick.
They've been fidgeting with that stupid telescope finger like all night.
I'm sure it makes me look really guilty and all this stuff most of the time. What can I say?
Well, I guess the real question is, who do you think we can trust?
Father Bernard? Where did
Well-
he, out of character, where did he say he was going back to? Because where were we when we started? That was outside of the caves.
Well,
Caravan originated.
you'd gotten information about the caravans being ambushed. You guys had spent many days tracking your clues to the Caves of Chaos.
Hmm.
You guys originated from the Hellcatch, traveled down the river, and eventually found the site, the Caves of Chaos. So Father Bernard is like in the Hellcatch Valley.
Father Bernard is in the Hellcatch.
And we're really far from that still, aren't we?
Oh yeah, very far. So there's the Castilian himself, the commander of the keep,
Mhm.
surveilling Castile.
Mm-hmm.
There's the captain of the guard, Captain Rowan Ironclad, Brother Golem.
We have a list of people that the roster of names from the
you saved my
Hobgoblin.
journal, didn't you?
Yeah, but we also didn't. We got the roster of names from the Hobgoblin.
It's a roster of names from the Hobgoblin.
Yeah, so pull that out. And I don't remember what names are in there.
She reads it. Captain Rowan Ironclad is on it.
Mm-hmm.
Brother Gorham, Ryla Thornwood, who is the tavern keeper of the Overwatch or the Overlook.
Mm-hmm.
Aldrich Hornfell, the merchant guild master, who's
Mhm.
responsible for people who operate within the market. And there's also a Magister Elraya Moondon, the resident wizard of the keep, is also on the list.
No, we weren't sure if these were for bribes or if they were recruiting them or what. But we found this roster of names on the Hobgoblin that we killed in the Caves of Chaos.
These must be contacts for some purpose, either for Brother Gorham or... I'm still trying to understand what was the point.
Weren't there out of character? Weren't there totals of like money?
Mhm.
There were money
Numbers, but no denomination,
totals. Right.
just
Okay.
numerical values.
Right. So we were thinking that the numerical values next to were either bribes or maybe their payout for whatever
Yeah, maybe.
they're doing. So yeah. So I don't think
But
we can
how does
trust
this
anyone whose name is
connect
on that
with
list.
what's going on in the ruins of the Stratos? Their fortress, their old gilded fortress.
I think they're mining bodies so that they can make them into undead.
What purpose? What are they
Perhaps
going to
they're
use this
actually
for?
starting
An
a
undead
war
army?
again. Undead soldiers are hard to kill. Weapons
See,
to protect the bastion. Smuggling tunnels so they can get goods in, so they can't be.
But are they trying to take over the bastion or are they trying to protect the bastion?
Good question.
Because it's a
It
bunch of the
sounds-
people that belong to the bastion.
If the bastion falls, the peace treaty between the Panagrip and the Ashenador becomes pretty much null and void. The caravan routes no longer can be protected. The line of communication between east and west is severed, and chaos in the valleys again.
Who would
So then
benefit
we don't
from
just have
such
the
thing?
Caves of Chaos, we have Valley of Chaos.
Who would benefit from that? You think either
Anyone
one of
who
those
would
sides
want
could
to
take?
make a lot of money, I guess.
Well, lots of people want to make a lot of money.
No, I would
I
say
don't think that. I don't want to make a lot of money.
there was
You're
obviously
not everybody.
Well, not everybody wants to make a lot of money.
there was obviously a lot of conflict that happened between those two. Perhaps one or both of the sides are attempting to take over the bastion, gain the foothold, and have a leverage on starting up a counter.
Seems like a lot of effort for something that just be simply done out. I mean, if they do it out in the open, it's gonna bring the different. I mean, the Ankarel forces alone in the one of them deserts. I mean, Jaman Saord sits at the high table of the Ankarel. I mean, if she suspected any of this was leading to the possible fall of the bastion, they would have gotten involved by now.
Do they know about it?
I don't know.
All sounds very hush hush. So I don't think they would know about it.
nothing's been really out in the open either. I'm wondering if we've just kind of scratched the surface of this.
Do you
This
know
all feels a little too obvious. Doesn't it feel like
you're from non
no,
Drusar?
I'm from Drusar.
So do you have contacts? Somebody you can probably
There is someone in the Chande Quorum that I could
can you
contact.
can you get a message to them?
I could.
A quick message?
It would be a 25-word message, yes.
Then perhaps you
She
should
knows sending.
No, I don't know sending. I have a contact here in Havenstead that knows sending.
trust them.
Yes. They are a member of the Hubat Corsairs. They are a good contact.
She keeps throwing out these names like we don't.
They're really difficult names too. But
Sorry. I assumed you were educated.
oh, I'm educated enough.
I'm a kobold.
Yeah.
Well, that's racist. It's like the second time you've been racist this evening.
Evelyn's just like completely ignoring everybody.
Kobold and a Goliath. Both are actually quite educated.
For all intents and purposes, Delaria looks human, even though she's not.
Trin picks up a cloak, pulls it over her face
Do
slightly.
you want one of us to go with you?
No, I can handle this. I'm going to go and
Perhaps
talk to Della.
we could stand outside just in case there's an altercation.
No, it's night. It's cover of dark. I think it's a bit safer.
I'm quite stealthy and small. People very often run.
I'll be fine.
I'm
Don't
very
worry.
stabby.
She gets up and quickly heads out the door. You can hear footsteps down the hallway and down the stairs.
Okay. I'm gonna look at Adam and see if Adam is anywhere near Molt.
You can ask him.
Hey, Adam.
Are you a female?
He gives you the sign, his twitching sign for itchy. So he could probably molt this evening.
Do you need help?
Oh,
Are you male or female?
This is a he.
I'm he.
Okay, I thought so.
Okay. Sorry.
Why is that a sorry? I don't.
We don't normally get that deep into conversation about things. I respect you. I still don't understand why you have only 2 legs, but I never bother asking.
I have arms too.
You have a set of legs without feet.
I mean, your legs don't have feet either.
I know, but I have multiple legs. I mean, if you have a lot of legs, you could probably survive a lot better, a lot longer. I don't know how you bipeds handle it.
I think we do just fine. Out of character, how long do giant ants live?
For a long time.
Longer than kobolds?
On average, yeah. Kobolds and goblins have pretty short life expectancies.
Yeah, but is that because of stabbing or is that because of natural?
Well, goblins only live an average of 8 to 10 years. Kobolds have
longer,
pretty.
though, right?
They live maybe 20 to 30 years.
I'm gonna look it up. How long?
I was surprised to find that fairies have
do
short
kobolds
lives.
live?
They're human span, but you always think they're eternal.
Well, it depends on if they're in the
Um,
material plane or in.
In Dungeons
That's
and
good.
Dragons, kobolds can live up to 135 years,
Ooh.
It's dragon blood.
but rarely
yeah, 'cause
do
they-
so. They usually live up to 50.
Yeah.
But they can live up to 135.
If they don't get involved in great deals of shenanigans,
I mean,
Like
maybe
us.
the
they are like
shenanigans
the
are reasons why.
ancestral kleptomaniacs of the D&D world.
I may or may not be a klepto. I don't know what you're talking about. I was looking for a mythical earring. I mean, fictional earring Okay.
Chapel.
in a chapel. I dropped an earring.
I loved your. He rolled a 19 for insight. You rolled what, like a 4 for deception?
It's like a kid who got his hand in the cook jar.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that they
Exactly.
were all there.
I just wanted to count them
Just in case.
so that I had knowledge. That's it. I'm just looking at what the bottoms of those chairs look like.
The door opens and she comes back in. Message sent.
Okay. Will you know when there's a response?
Oh, there was an immediate response.
Oh.
They suggested that we try to find some connection between all of them that can be validated and correctly understood. She called most of what I had circumstantial.
So we need to validate it.
The
Validate
tunnels are pretty validating.
Yeah, but you can't pick them up and show them to somebody.
Oh, pictures, maps.
Well, anyone can draw a picture of a map of anything.
Only we had magical photo
Do we have
capturing
any-
abilities.
No, we have a note with the Castilian seal referencing a caravan coming in of great importance. We have Father Bernard's bag of letters, the roster with names and
Yeah, you do have the names.
amounts. Detailed map of the area around the bastion showing 3 ambush sites. Maybe we should look at the ambush sites.
That's something to do.
Yeah.
I wonder if
Well,
this will
Evelyn said something about a bunch of wagons based at the base of the cliff.
Was that an ambush site on the wagon on the map?
No.
Okay.
There, most of the ambush sites, there's 2 on the river's edge, about 2 miles west of where you are, further up the river. And then there's 1 on the caravan route, like closest to where the Caves of Chaos are.
Okay.
Chaos Caves are.
And then we have that locked messenger bag with the papers, coins, and some other object. There's hopefully the relic that Father Bernard was looking for, which happens to be a small metal box with religious language written on it. That opens up, metal button, key, kind of looks like the key from like the Mummy.
Mhm.
And then a detailed map of the Caves of Chaos. Was that Trin's back? That wasn't Trin's back, right? Okay.
That was what you got out of the wizard and the
Right.
hobgoblin's lair,
Right.
where they kept Terra.
But I don't know if this is the. I don't know if that's.
Speaking of Tara, she's getting a lot of information she probably doesn't need to know.
She's asleep with headphones on.
I cast silence. You don't have that spell.
I cast ether.
I cast wet lilies. Okay.
Material component saliva.
It's
Um.
only magic if you make it so.
I say we get a long rest tonight. Let's
Ooh.
sleep on it.
In
And
that- Locked messenger bag. There were a bunch of inventory sheets. Are there any damning evidence in them?
give me investigation as you rifle through those sheets
I would
of
like
paper.
to have a Delaria assist her.
Okay, you have the help action. As the 2 of you are
Me?
combing through the paperwork.
You said investigation.
Mm-hmm.
22.
By the amount of excess droplets on the parchment, like of quill ink, these have been copied.
Okay.
Someone has copied these out of something else. These appear to be manifests of different caravans traveling the east-west routes of either the river or the caravan route over the course of the last 6 months.
Manifest.
Somebody's been
from-
copying the manifests and using them as possibly a way to target certain caravans that might be more lucrative than others.
Is there one that potentially has the key that the little metal box with the religious? I mean, is that in a caravan manifest?
No, you don't see it listed anywhere.
Evelyn did mention that there was a wooden door that she didn't go into that sounded like there was probably ruffians of some sort on the other side of it who were waiting. Bandit-like, maybe.
Mhm.
That's probably something.
Probably.
Oh.
Okay. Well, do we want to go and try and breach that, or do we want to try and go to one of the closest ambush sites around the bastion tomorrow?
We go to a ambush site. We can probably save a caravan, but get drawn into a conflict.
I'm all for conflict.
Yeah, so am I. we probably would have more conflict and a lot more innocents would get damaged because from what the sound of it, those workers, they don't know that they're doing anything wrong. Those wars. We go take the fight to them, then they're probably going to be collateral damage in whatever we deal with.
I mean, we can kill them until they're almost dead and then spare the dying.
Yeah, sure. Evelyn can do that. He has that weird connection.
Right, right. So what do you think? Tunnels or ambush?
Well, we can check out the ambush sites first.
Okay.
See what we can learn from that.
Okay.
If we learn nothing, we have a backup.
Yep.
I really don't like the direct route though.
Okay. What do you
I'm
think,
not
Tara?
stealthy enough to do otherwise.
I don't know. I just want to go home.
Yeah. Your home's pretty far.
Oh. Yeah, it's in the Hellcat. So,
Yeah, you wanted
yeah.
to be an adventurer.
That's true. That's true. But listen to you guys talk. Adventuring sounds very meticulous and boring.
Yeah, mostly.
Sometimes.
Do you ever get to kill anything?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
Oh,
But you have
You want some
to
armor?
know what you're killing.
I'd love some armor.
Okay, we'll get you some armor.
That'd be great. Can you like a short sword?
Mhm.
Right? Because if you're gonna wear armor, I'll have a
Yeah,
sword that goes with
you
it.
Might as well have a sword. Mhm.
So you guys are gonna take me with you this time, right?
Well, we took you with us last time.
Yeah, but you kept me away from the fighting.
You were protecting Adam.
True, but I don't think Adam needs my protection. I mean, he can hang off a ceiling.
Yeah. And then you can hang off of him and poke people from him.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Mhm.
You're not too bad for boomers.
I'm not a boomer. I don't know what that is. I don't make things explode. And
Pretty cool though.
we could give you a javelin, and you can hang on to the. We tie you to the back of the
Yeah.
animal, and you just stab people with the javelin.
So it's okay to stab people.
Only bad people.
How do you know if they're bad?
That's what the
If they're
investigation
attacking
part's
you, they're
about.
bad.
Yeah, but if you attack them before they attack you, isn't that better?
All the boring investigation that we're doing. That's how you find out who you're supposed to be attacking.
Oh, okay. So you guys figure out who is bad.
Yes.
You go kill them,
Bingo.
and that's an okay thing to do for a living. Okay.
For the most part.
It depends
I
on
mean,
if
for the
someone's
most
paying
part.
you to do it.
If you do it in a town when they think you're a bad guy, then it might get turned on you. You have to be careful.
Oh,
Yeah.
so like you could be somewhere where you think you're killing a bad guy,
And
then you accidentally realize that they weren't a bad guy, and then all of that friends, not bad guy friends, are going to come after you.
more like they're bad guys because you did your research because you're smart like that. But the people that are around that person don't know they're a bad guy, but you look like a bad guy for killing. Be careful.
Okay.
Usually,
You guys kill a lot of innocent people, don't you?
Nope.
No.
We're
You
pretty
should-
good at
Absolutely certain they're bad guys, bad
If
people.
they attack you first, they're a bad guy.
What if they're just defending themselves?
If you don't attack them, and they don't
Maybe
attack
they think
you,
you're bad and they attack you because they think you're bad.
well,
Did they
then
do
they're
their
bad
research?
because they're not doing their research.
Yeah, I gotta say, this whole adventuring thing's like got a lot of gray areas in it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But then again, being a soldier or anything else is a lot of gray areas too. Are you on the right side of the army?
Not in the army. I'm 12.
So was I.
You were in the army when you were 12?
Yeah.
Explains a lot. It's kind of rough.
We covered this
Um,
already.
Does Adam look like they're molten?
He's mandibling himself and scratching at himself. You can see the beginnings of a skin kind of beginning to separate from his form.
Does that mean that he's not going to be hardened before, like the new skin is not going to be hardened tomorrow? Or will it be okay?
I'm sure he'll be hard for you.
I just want to make sure he's not going to get injured.
You're welcome.
I don't want his carapace to be soft.
His carapace is going to be swole.
All right. Long rest? Are we settling in for a long rest?
Sounds like it. Should we have a watch or two?
Yeah, we were out a little bit today. We should probably have a watch.
Mm-hmm. Everyone stands in the corner and you.
I don't think you're watching when you're doing that.
I don't think she.
I think they call that creeping.
Great.
Oh, which one of us wants the charm and which one of us wants the ring of minor illusion? Okay.
You guys
well, think
don't
about it.
necessarily feel like you need to set a watch. Adam can, the ant can watch through the night.
Okay. He doesn't sleep.
He naps, and he's a cat napper.
Okay.
Garlaria
Not
doesn't dream.
And a
but
very light sleeper.
yeah, pretty light sleeper.
I can tell people are coming by vibrations.
Sure.
All right.
So you guys heading off to the ambush site the next morning?
Yeah.
There's 2 near the river, and 1 further east
Which
along
one's-
the caravan route. Caravan route takes you back in the direction you originally came from. The 2 river sites are west, about 2 to 4 miles out west of the bastion, and near the river, like the river banks, and near kind of like very severe bends in the river as well.
Now, has it sounded like more boats are being attacked or more caravan wagons?
Not a
wagon
particular
caravans are being attacked?
difference between the 2. There's an equal
Equal?
opportunity from what you've been able to see.
Okay.
How
How far away? How
you
far
know,
away are the sites?
about 2 to 4 miles away from where you guys currently are.
Okay.
You can pick it on the map. It's near a small riverstead called the North Bend.
Okay.
Probably a little fishing community.
Okay.
It appears barges have to come around a real tight section of that route. And it appears that maybe that area is a possible good ambush site. That's maybe why they were marking it on the map.
Shall we head there?
Yeah, better there than here.
What do you think, Trin?
I'm going to stay here,
You think
just
you'll-
in case. I'll be fine.
Do you want to borrow her shroud?
No, I really don't. She
Good.
terrifies me.
That's fine. The shroud is only
She's
for
been
the
like that all
children.
night. She never really came. Doesn't she have to go pee at some point? Never mind. I'll be fine here. I can keep an eye on things. I can keep my ears open. I'll check
Have
in with
your-
Della.
Have your
And
friend message us or send a message to us. If you...
of course, I can do that. If there's an emergency,
Okay.
just kind of pack up everything, head out. If you take the time to consume the breakfast
We'll
of
leave.
the...
We'll leave. No, we're taking Tara, or we're leaving Tara.
I just wanted to come along.
We'll take Tara.
Okay, Tara's going with you.
And we're eating breakfast.
Yeah, if you eat the morning meal before you leave, you have
Mhm.
4 temporary hit points for the day. With that, you guys set out to look for that first ambush spot. And that's where we're going to finish tonight. Perfect spot. Oh, that was cool. I love watching you guys try to figure out who's talking to who.
I think it's pretty
funny.
obvious.
I mean, when you do for you do a great job of voice pattern changing,
I don't,
but she
Cora
doesn't.
talks more than Tenchi talks. Aside from when Tenchi
Well, Tenchi's
is,
done a lot of talking this session.
aside from when
so.
Tenchi is off on her own, Cora does most of the talking because Tenchi's just not.
Super introverted.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We will be back next Monday.
I will try and
Um,
make different voice for Tenchi.
Be safe, be kind, and don't forget,
Let's test
play
it.
a game. Good night, everybody.
Let's test your brain.